Good evening. You're watching 6 p.m. Prime here on India Today. I'm Akshita Nandagopal, and this evening we're going to be talking about two horrific murders that's got us reflecting as a society. You see in almost every part of the world, murders, killings being reported on a daily basis. But it's the nature, the sheer gruesomeness of these two killings that's rocked us as a country. The first is the Shraddha Walkar murder case. By now, you must be very, very familiar with the details that have emerged of how her boyfriend, someone she trusted, murdered her. Aftab's gruesome, gory murder has taken national headlines by storm. Now, there's another incident very similar that's been reported in Delhi, and no, not inspired by Aftab's act. You had here a mother and her son killing the father, and this was because of an affair. Again, two people who were extremely close to the victim, murdering him, and in a very similar way, cutting up his body, keeping it in a fridge, getting rid of it, all of it leading to questions of how these ordinary people are resorting to the most barbaric of crimes. We're going to be talking about that and much more. The headlines first. Big breakthrough in the Shraddha Walkar murder case. Cops recovered the saw that Aftab used to chop her body into pieces. Aftab allegedly gave Shraddha's ring to a new girl that he met on dating app Bumble. Centre mulls anti-conversion law tells Supreme Court that it's cognizant of the seriousness of forced conversions in India. Next hearing on 5th December. Siddaramaiah stokes row over his Vande Mataram remark. First stops Congress workers from singing Vande Mataram, immediately retracts. Manipal University shocker on camera. Professor calls Muslim student a terrorist, gets called out by his student for Islamophobia. Author Chetan Bhagat calls influencer Urfi Javed a distraction for boys. Urfi shuts down sexism, calls out Chetan Bhagat and shares Me Too chats against him. And it's endless chaos in Xi Jinping's China as citizens hit the streets to protest stringent zero-COVID norms. Total meltdown as people unite against the fresh lockdown. Two murders that have rocked the national capital in the last few days. You're all familiar with the Shraddha Walkar murder case. And now there's another very, very similar incident that's been reported. This has happened in another area of the national capital, in Pandav Nagar. And it's a very similar pattern, eerily enough. And when the first breaking news came in of this incident, the question that everyone asked is, did he get inspired? Were the accused inspired by what Aftab Poonawalla did? The answer is no. And despite that, we're going to show you how similar it is to what happened in the case of Shraddha Walkar. Now, in the other case, the victim's name is Anjan Das. Now, here are the similarities. In the case of Shraddha, it was her boyfriend Aftab who murdered her. In the case of Anjan Das, it was his wife and his son who decided to murder him. Now, beyond that, the similarities that have come to the fore. In the case of Shraddha Walkar, her body was cut into 35 parts. Here, his body was cut into 22 parts, is what the Delhi police have said. Now, in Aftab Poonawalla, of course, as we all know now, tragically then stored the body parts of Shraddha in the fridge and got rid of it over a span of a few days, over 2 weeks or so. In the Anjan Das murder case too, it's a similar story. The mother and the son plotted how to get away with this murder and hence stored the body parts that they'd cut up into the fridge. Aftab then, over the course of 2 weeks, reportedly 18 days, threw out all of these body parts in a polythene bag. Similarly, here too, they did the exact same thing. CCTV footage has the accused here, the mother and the son, throwing away the body parts using a polythene bag. Aftab used the Chhatarpur forest. Reportedly, most of the body parts were thrown in the Chhatarpur forest near his home. As far as this case, Anjan Das's murder is concerned, the mother and son, nearby there was a garbage pile. They would go there repeatedly and throw away the body parts, which is why in this case it's been relatively easier for the Delhi police not just to solve the case but also to recover most of the body parts. Let's get you a detailed report of what exactly has played out in Pandav Nagar. We're all still getting over the horrors of the Shraddha Walkar murder case, and now you have another incident. Here, a mother and a son got together, plotted the murder of Anjan Das. Why was he killed? Because he was having an illicit relationship. Soon after that, they attempted to cover up the murder, just like Aftab, cutting up the body into pieces, storing it in the fridge, getting rid of it. Is this the reality that's set in now in our society? The effect of exposure to TV series, to documentaries. Why is it that all of these people have a similar pattern, and none of them, mind you, have any criminal record?
Just days after Shraddha Walkar's murder sent shockwaves across the country, comes another spine-chilling crime. A case eerily similar to Aftab's alleged butchery has surfaced from Delhi's Pandav Nagar area. A woman, taking the help of her son, allegedly chopped the body of her husband into 22 pieces. Like Aftab, the mother-son duo allegedly kept the body parts in a refrigerator for days before disposing them off in the garbage. The victim has been identified as Anjan Das in his 40s. After allegedly killing Das, the two suspects, Poonam and Deepak, lied to neighbors for days that he'd gone out of town.
The accused says that Anjan Das was in an affair, extramarital affair, often drunk, having fight with the family members, and that was the trigger point what led to his killing. But for now, Delhi police has cracked this case. This has shocked the nation, just on the Babik murder in the heart of national capital.
हमको बोलती थी गया वो अपने गांव, यूँ वो हाँ गांव घर बोलती थी चले गया वो 8-9 महीने हो गए, ज्यादा ही हो गए, वो चले गया, हमने देखा ही नहीं, लड़ाई झगड़ा होता था ना इनका, तो वो चले गया। कोई बदबू वगैरह आती थी? नहीं, बदबू को तो हमें पता ही नहीं है सर, हमें बिल्कुल ही नहीं पता।
The Delhi police say the accused allegedly murdered Das in June over an illicit affair.
कुछ दिनों से ये परेशान थे कि जितना पैसा हम लोग कमाते हैं वो ये हमसे ले लेता है, और साथ में हमारी जो बहू है या बहन है उस पर भी बुरी नज़र रखे। ये सब करते करते इन्होंने आखिर ये सोचा कि ये इसका और कोई तरीका नहीं है, इसको मार डालेंगे और इस प्रकार से मारेंगे कि इसका कोई सुराग ही ना मिले।
30 मई को इसको पूनम के घर में इन्होंने इनको शराब पिलाई, उसमें नींद की दवाई डाल दी थी। थोड़ा जब वो डिजी हुआ उसके बाद उसने गला काट दिया और बाद में बॉडी छोड़ दी पूरा दिन घर में। अगले दिन जब उसका पूरा ब्लड ड्रेन आउट हो गया फिर उसके टुकड़े किए इन्होंने। अभी तक जो लग रहा है करीबन 10 टुकड़े किए हैं, उसके बाकी तफ्तीश के दौरान और पता लगेगा।
The Delhi Police Crime Branch has accessed CCTV footage which shows the suspects allegedly dumping the body parts of the man after they murdered him. The mother and son have allegedly confessed to the crime during interrogation. With Ashutosh Mishra in Delhi, Bureau Report, India Today.
And let's focus on the investigation and the latest updates as far as the Shraddha murder case is concerned. Finally, the police seem to have moved an inch closer to getting more evidence in this murder case. They more or less hit a dead end over the last 1 week. After weeks of hunting for solid proof against Aftab Poonawalla, the Delhi police today finally recovered the saw that he used to chop up Shraddha's body parts. They've been hunting for this for over 1 week now. And this comes, remember, as Aftab has undergone the 3rd round of polygraph test. It's underway as we speak.
Massive breakthrough in Shraddha Walkar murder case. After a fortnight of extensive probe, Delhi police have recovered the weapon that Aftab Poonawalla allegedly used to slice her girlfriend into 35 pieces. The recovery of the main weapon comes days after cops recovered 5 big knives, all 5 to 6 inches long, from Aftab's horror house during the hunt for more evidences.
The Delhi police has now recovered the weapon used to chop Shraddha Walkar. This is a saw, is what we're learning from our Delhi police sources. Additionally, from the date that Aftab had brought home from her, a ring belonging to Shraddha has also been recovered. Both of these will now be very crucial piece of evidence that the Delhi police will be using against Aftab Poonawalla.
In another stunning revelation, sources say Aftab told Delhi police that he'd gifted Shraddha's ring to his new girlfriend, the woman he dated after allegedly killing Shraddha. His new friend was a psychologist who he met on Bumble, the same app where he met Shraddha Walkar. She even visited Aftab's home when Shraddha's dismembered body parts were allegedly lying in the refrigerator. Aftab has undergone 3 rounds of polygraph test. Sources tell India Today that while Aftab is cooperating during the lie detector test, he is avoiding some questions. After the polygraph test, a narco test too awaits Aftab.
The patient is given certain medication called sodium pentothal and some other medications, and under the effect of that drug, a questionnaire which is prepared by the FSL team, the interview is conducted.
With the recovery of the murder weapon, the police have nailed the first big solid evidence against Shraddha's alleged killer Aftab. With Arvind Ojha and Shreya Chatterjee in Delhi, Bureau Report, India Today.
Let me bring in Arvind Ojha on this broadcast and what is being deemed as one of the biggest breakthroughs yet for the Delhi police in this case. Arvind, क्या हमको कुछ जानकारी है कि पुलिस को कहां ये हथियार मिला था, कि कहां आफ्ताब ने छुपा था?
देखिए, दिल्ली पुलिस ने इस बात का खुलासा बिल्कुल नहीं किया है रिकवरी कहां से हुई है, लेकिन इंडिया टुडे को दिल्ली पुलिस के टॉप ऑफिशियल ने कंफर्म कर दिया है कि वो वेपन्स जिस वेपन से आफ्ताब ने श्रद्धा की बॉडी को चॉप किया था, वो वेपन्स रिकवर हो चुका है। तो ये एक बड़ा ब्रेक थ्रू है और ये एविडेंस जब केस चलेगा कोर्ट में तो ये एक बड़ा एविडेंस भी होगा। नंबर 1। नंबर 2, दूसरा ब्रेक थ्रू भी है। दरअसल श्रद्धा ने एक रिंग पहन रखी थी। जब मर्डर किया आफ्ताब ने तो वो रिंग निकाल लिया था और जो सेकंड गर्लफ्रेंड जिसके जरिए वो बम्बल ऐप से मिला था, उसको वो रिंग गिफ्ट की थी। और जो सबसे शॉकिंग है वो ये कि उसी फ्लैट में जिस फ्लैट में श्रद्धा ने मर्डर किया था और उसी फ्लैट में उसने सेकंड गर्लफ्रेंड को बुलाया था और उस वक्त बुलाया था जब फ्रिज में श्रद्धा की बॉडी के पीस रखे हुए थे और उसी फ्लैट में जो उसकी सेकंड गर्लफ्रेंड है उसको रिंग दिया था। वो रिंग रिकवर कर लिया गया है। वो भी एक क्रूशियल पीस ऑफ एविडेंस है। वो इसलिए क्योंकि उससे ये एस्टेब्लिश्ड होता है कि श्रद्धा का मर्डर हो चुका है और उसका जो बिलोंगिंग्स था वो आफ्ताब ने अपने पास रख लिया था। तो इसलिए ये दोनों बड़ा ब्रेक थ्रू है श्रद्धा केस में। जी।
Okay, Arvind, thank you very much for joining us with all of those details. So right now, with in fact the saw being found, and as Arvind was telling you about those chilling details of exactly how Aftab had even gifted Shraddha's ring to another girlfriend that he'd met her on Bumble with zero fear of the law catching up with him. At this point, the reason for that is because he seems to have hidden the evidence as much as possible. Even now, the Delhi cops are trying to ensure that they can get ahead in this investigation. There are several missing links here on which they're awaiting leads. For example, the hunt for Shraddha's body parts still continues. Her skull hasn't been found. Some samples have been taken in. The DNA testing is still underway. Shraddha's phone hasn't been found either. There's a Delhi police team actually looking in Vasai on the outskirts of Mumbai, hoping that at least there they'll get some leads, not knowing if Aftab actually dumped the phone all the way in Maharashtra. Blood-stained clothes, the clothes that Aftab and Shraddha were wearing on the day that he murdered her in May, that hasn't been found yet. Unlikely that they'll be found because, according to the cops, Aftab disposed of it in a garbage truck and it'll be impossible to find them. The backpack that was used by Aftab to carry body parts every single day and then dispose of them. Sometimes he used a polythene bag, sometimes he used a backpack, got rid of them and then came back. That particular backpack hasn't been found either. So Aftab clearly tried very hard to cover up his tracks. He was also largely successful for almost 6 months. It took the family and friends, of course, to alert the police, but right now they're hoping that they'll be able to pick up all of this hard evidence as well in this case. We'll continue tracking the latest on the Delhi murder. Let's cut across to breaking news that's coming in. Now, a shocking video that came to light from a college has gone viral on social media. This took place in the Manipal University, the Manipal Institute of Technology, and now the university has taken note and barred the professor from teaching. What is this video about? The professor can be heard making an Islamophobic comment against a Muslim student, referring to the Muslim student as a terrorist. He calls him a kasab, and then he's confronted by another student who says, "You can't make these kind of comments." After this video went viral, the professor has been suspended over this remark. Let's play out for you exactly what happened. What is this clip that's going viral on social media?
So there is a video which has been circulated on social media about a student who the professor calls him a terrorist, sir.
Yeah. Actually, we condemn such kind of incident.
Okay.
As you know that we are an Institute of Eminence and we always believe in Sarvadharma, we believe in Vasudeva Kutumbakam and this thing. Appropriate action is being taken care of on that, and we are taking a suitable action and as per the deemed to be fit, and the student is getting counseled and the professor or the lecturer is getting suspended from the system.
Okay, sir. And what was the student, sir? Where he was studying in? Like which class?
He was a MIT student. That's all. I don't think, sir, they are all students. No, let us not give more this thing, because it's something which has happened. I think we have 36,000 students. One student it has happened, but I understand looking into the caste, religion, gender. Okay, we do not encourage such things, but we have taken suitable action, boss. We have suspended that faculty.
Okay. Any order? I mean, any inquiry has been ordered on the same, sir?
Naturally, no, because inquiry will be internal, no?
Yeah.
Because unless until the student go to give a FIR, we cannot take. No, it's a suo motu. This thing we are taking it.
So Manipal University, they're on record saying that we have taken all necessary action. The professor has been suspended. But let's play out for you that full clip that's gone viral right now, where a student actually confronts the professor over him making Islamophobic comments against a Muslim student.
Religion done in such a derogatory manner. It's not. You're just like my kid. No, if a father says this, I disown him. It's a funny thing. No, it's not, sir. It's not. 26/11 was not funny. It's not funny. Being a Muslim in this country and facing all of this every day is not funny. Just like my son. No. Will you talk to your son like that? My son, no. Will you call him by the name of a terrorist? No. Khalas, how can you call me like that? No problem. In front of so many people in a class. Sorry, I told you. You're a professional. You're teaching. Yeah, sorry. You can't call me that. Sorry, I told you. Sir, sorry doesn't change how you think or how you portray yourself here.
Author Chetan Bhagat is in the eye of a storm. He's facing immense backlash on social media after he said at Sahitya Aaj Tak that young people in the country, particularly boys, were getting distracted by the likes of influencer Urfi Javed. He took her name in that conversation. She immediately hit back at Chetan Bhagat, calling out his sexism, saying that this is a promotion of rape culture, of blaming the woman for what she wears instead of the men, even pulling out previous Me Too allegations against him.
Social media sensation Urfi, who has millions lapping up her edgy style statements, is at the center of a viral debate. One triggered by these comments made by author Chetan Bhagat at India Today Network's Sahitya Aaj Tak event.
सारा दिन रील्स देखते रहना, लड़कियों की फोटोज, उस पे लाइक दबा रहे हैं, लिख रहे हैं, अच्छी मतलब कोई तो कर रहा है ना लाइक, करोड़ों लाइक होते हैं। उर्फी जावेद की फोटो है, देखो सबको पता है, क्यों पता है आपको? कोर्स में आने वाला है, तरक्की होने वाली है, जॉब इंटरव्यू में जाके बोलोगे कि सर मेरे को उर्फी जावेद की सारी ड्रेसेस पता है।
With nearly 4 million Instagram followers, Urfi was quick to clap back at Chetan Bhagat. She accused the author of promoting rape culture and blaming women and their clothes for the behavior of men. Urfi said that it was people like Chetan who are actually misguiding the youth. The Instagram sensation also posted alleged WhatsApp chats of Bhagat that had surfaced at the height of the Me Too movement in India. Caught in the middle of a social media firestorm, the author called the viral debate a non-issue. Sticking to his stand, Bhagat tweeted to say, "There's nothing wrong in telling people to stop wasting time on Instagram and focus on fitness and career." Chetan Bhagat is not new to controversies. In 2018, author and yoga expert Ira Trivedi and a female author had accused Bhagat of sexual harassment. While Bhagat had termed Ira's charges manufactured, he had apologized for sending inappropriate texts to the erotica writer. Advice for the youth: casual sexism or an attempt to piggyback on an Instagram star's fame. Whatever Chetan Bhagat's intentions may be, his regressive comments need to be called out. Bureau Report,
India Today.